Hi guys, it's Ian from Golf Gear X Performance Fitting Centre here. Today we've got Henry with us from TaylorMade and we'll be hitting and reviewing the new Qi10 driver range. Alright Henry, what's the main differences this year? How's things changed compared to the Stealth 2?
So this year we've got a couple of new technologies in the driver. We've got a new Infinity crown, which is 97% carbon coverage on top of the crown now, so makes a real difference in being able to save some weight, and also has a really nice look, more traditional gloss look to the crown as well.
Yeah.
We've still got the 60 layer carbon twist face. That's a third generation face, which we've slightly changed the inverted cone technology within that face, and also the bonding ledge as well, which offers a little bit more speed on off-centre ball strikes.
So Henry, three great drivers in the lineup this year, obviously with the new 10K Max driver as well. Henry, do you want to break on a little few of the points with that driver?
Yeah, so the Qi10 Max is all about forgiveness. It's 10K inertia, that moment of inertia that's kind of a measurable level of forgiveness. And the way that we've done that is changed the shape of the driver quite drastically. From the top it will look like it's 480 cc's, but there is an undercut to make that back down to legal size. Gives it a really nice look at address, inspires confidence, and also allows us to move some of that weight into better positions to increase that MOI. So
for the purpose of these experiments, we'll be using the same shaft, which is the shaft I had in my Stealth 2 Plus driver last year, which is a Tour AD IZ60X, and we'll be using the 9-degree heads lofted down to 7. Love the look and the feel of that one, very solid, and we'll have a look at some numbers here and Henry will just dissect them for us.
So I think what's important to see there is that, obviously just warming up as well, really nice and consistent in numbers, even with strike across the face. That's what that MOI is going to give on strikes that maybe don't quite find centre, that you're still going to get the best out of this driver. If we look at some of the ball numbers there, ball speed is really nice and consistent. We've had some up there into the kind of lower 140s, which is nice. That launch is good. The spin is really nice and consistent, even for strikes across the face. If we were to look more actually the club data there, we can see some of those face impacts that do get ever so slightly toey, and whether that's just your miss, but nice to see there that even when we're moving a centimetre or two towards the toe, that we're still getting good efficiency out of the club head there.
Right Henry, what's the next one in the lineup we'll be looking at today?
So we've got the standard Qi10 head now. This is really for us a merge of both forgiveness and speed. It's got a lot higher MOI than where we were with previous Gen Core product, which is great to see, and it's in a more traditional shape that you'd see from us as well, that kind of more teardrop shape.
Yeah.
Really classic TaylorMade look, will suit the better player eye a little bit more as well. In terms of the technology in this head, it's very similar. We've still got that Infinity crown on the top there, we've still got carbon twist face, but just that weighting is slightly more proportionate towards the front of the head in terms of offering a little bit more speed out of this product.
Look forward to hitting this one. Right, another great feeling club there. Let's have a look at the numbers, see how they differ.
So looking at ball data first, we can certainly see a little bit more ball speed from the Qi10, which would be something that we'd expect to see. We can see slightly lower launch and lower spin as well, which again, we'd expect to see moving away from a more forgiving product. Now, interestingly, carry distance and total distance were very similar. The one thing that I would probably look at would be the offline, where because of the ability to square up that face in the Max product is a lot easier. We're seeing that left miss for you. Again, that toey strike is going to bring that in a little bit, but certainly not as offline as we were with Max.
Right guys, last but no means least is the LS head, which is a replacement for the Stealth 2 Plus, which is I had in the bag last year.
So the LS head stands for low spin. Now, this product really is catered towards that higher spin player who's looking for a low spin driver. There's more front weight in this product than we've ever had before, an 18 gram sliding weight there as opposed to 10 or 15 grams that we've had in prior generation models.
Yeah.
So it's really aimed towards that low spin golfer.
What's the main difference which we'll see if we move that adjustable weight at the front track there?
So this weight is primarily for bias in terms of flight direction, so we can create draw and fade bias by using that. The other benefit that we can do is we can actually center that weight behind strike. So centering that weight behind strike will hopefully give a little bit more ball speed as well, and maybe help you with your toe strike.
Rude. Right, I love that one. That one felt a bit more better and a bit more pleasing to my eye. Let's have a look at the numbers.
So starting from clubhead speed, whether it's just something that suits your eye a little bit more, you've picked up some clubhead speed there, which is great.
Yeah.
We're up, another 1.5 miles in speed there, which is great. Efficiency's actually stayed relatively good as well. Strike location's got a little better. Now that may be just down to your looking at that smaller head there and seeing that. Swing's very consistent in terms of attack angle and club path. You see there also that the face to path is slightly more open because we put that weight towards the toe for you. That's going to stop the toe from moving quite as much. So between the 3 models we can definitely see that. We'll talk about that in the comparison in a minute. But going into ball speed, obviously swinging it a little bit faster and finding the centre of the club face more, you're going to see a little bit more ball speed too, which is great.
Yeah.
Launch is maybe a touch low, but spins nice and consistent there as well. And in turn, with that extra ball speed, we're actually gaining another 10 yards through the air, which is great. And the offline is much better. We're not having that left miss quite as extravagant as it was before.
Indeed. Let's have a look at the overlay for the comparison of all 3. Yeah, obviously a little bit straight with the LS. Henry, what would you say? What would you fit me in?
I think I think the club data is the most important thing to look at there. Look at clubhead speed. Obviously, going through the session, we've picked up a little bit of speed, whether that's just warming up, but certainly a head that suits the eye, finding the centre of the face more. Efficiency is still very consistent, as is most of the numbers there in terms of path and attack angle. Dynamic loft is delivered pretty close all the time. There's a little bit more deviation in the LS head, but you're going to see that just because it doesn't offer as much forgiveness.
Yeah.
But certainly as we move more towards that ball data now as well, we'll start to see that offline is much better. Where we've got the weight in the toe, that's just preventing that. For you, certainly when you get that face a little bit too close.
Yeah.
So again, the Max is maybe not designed for a player like you who does miss left. That's more designed for the player that has that right miss in there as well. But certainly I'd be looking at LS head to start with and then trying to dial that in with the shaft option now as well.
Right, thank you very much, Henry, for your time today. Greatly appreciate it. So guys, great product, really worth trying. Obviously designed for all different players, whether you're a top tour pro or a budding amateur. Definitely worth obviously comparing these, trying them, getting them fitted properly so to get the most out of your game. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.